Poets to come. Orators, singers, musicians to come. Not today is to justify me and answer what I am for. But you and you brood. Native, athletic, continental, greater than before known. Arouse, for you must justify me. I myself but write one or two indicative words for the future. I but advance a moment, only to wheel and hurry back. In the darkness. I am a man who, sauntering along, without fully stopping, turns a casual look upon you, and then averts his face. Leaving it to you to prove and define it, expecting the main things from you. Stranger, if you passing meet me and desire to speak to me, why should you not speak to me? And why should I not speak to you? Poets to come. Orators, singers, musicians to come. Why should you not speak to me?
I will teach you, my townspeople, how to perform a funeral. For you have it over a troop of artists, unless one should scour the world. You have the ground sense necessary. See, the hearse leads. I begin with a design for a hearse. For Christ's sake, not black, nor white either, and not polished. Let it be weathered like a farm wagon, with gilt wheels. This could be applied fresh at small expense, or no wheels at all. A rough dray to drag him over the ground. Knock the glass out. My God, glass, my townspeople? For what purpose? Is it for the dead to look out for us to see how well he is housed, or to see the flowers or the lack of them, or what? To keep the rain and snow from him? He will have a heavier rain soon, pebbles and dirt and whatnot. Let there be no glass, and no upholstery. Phew. And no little brass rollers and small easy wheels on the bottom. My townspeople, what are you thinking of? A plain hearse, then, with gilt wheels and no top at all. On this, the coffin lies by its own weight. No wreaths either. especially no hothouse flowers. Some common memento is better, something he prized and is known by, his old clothes, a few books perhaps, God knows what. You realize how we are about these things, my townspeople. Something will be found, anything, even flowers, if it had to come to that. So much for the hearse. For heaven's sakes, though, see to the driver. Take off that silk hat. In fact, that's no place at all for him up there unceremoniously dragging our friend out to his own dignity. Bring him down. Low and inconspicuous. I'd not have him ride on the wagon at all, damn him, the undertaker's understrapper. Let him hold the reins and walk at the side, and inconspicuously, too. Then briefly as to yourselves, walk behind, as they do in France, 7th class. Or if you ride, hell, take curtains, go with some show of inconvenience, sit openly to the weather as to grief. Or do you think you can shut grief in? What, from us? We who have perhaps nothing to lose? Share with us. Share with us. It will be money in your pockets. Go now. I think you are ready.
In my craft or sullen art, exercised in the still night, when only the moon rages and the lovers lie abed, with all their griefs in their arms, I labor by singing light, not for ambition or bread, or the strut and trade of charms on the ivory stages, but for the common wages of their most secret heart. Not for the proud man apart from the raging moon I write on these spindrift pages, nor for the towering dead with their nightingales and songs. But for the lovers, their arms round the griefs of the ages, who pay no praise or wages, nor heed my craft or art.
A million drums beat endlessly. A million dancers, drunk with poison of the drums, weave endlessly. Chant an old mnemonic rune, gone dim beyond remembering of men. A dozen hands outstretch. Here, take and drink. Drug the pain with this, the poppy, marijuana. Flay the flesh with passion. Make a mimic madness. See how edge of fear is blurred. A down, an undergoing, sink into the dim, half underworld, the dream of death in life. And now, walk tall upon the earth. Now dance. In haze of music overheard. And all the while, in Amazon, the blue and orange, toucan preens, the boa glides, the poison arrows fly. Tibetan wizards sway from side to side. Yamantaka, they cry, and raise the Yama with their wizard eye. The geisha dances, fingers whiten on a secret hand. A knife is passed. He does not see or hear. Flower fingers mincing on his samisen. And naked bodies on the naked earth, enkindling passion with the half unseen, draw on the night across their limbs like black chiffon. While undersea the fronds of ageless vegetation wave, gigantic without sound. Or have we lost that ancient cunning, you and I? Night-blooming simples rooted deep beneath some moon-bedeviled stone. Dark knowledge that we once have known. I said, the drums shall beat, the dancers shall dance, time without end. For the witchmen of the tribe have perished, who could break the magic spell of the drums, and no man knows the final strophe of the rune.
When I was a windy boy and a bit, and the black spit of the chapel fold, sighed the old ramrod, dying of women, I tiptoed shy in the gooseberry wood. The rude owl cried like a telltale tit. I skipped in a blush as the big girls rolled, 9-pin down on the donkey's common. And on seesaw Sunday nights I wooed whoever I would with my wicked eyes. The whole of the moon I could love and leave all the green-leaved little weddings' wives in the coal black bush, and let them grieve. When I was a gusty man and a half, and the black beast of the Beatles' pews, sighed the old ramrod, dying of bitches. Not a boy and a bit, in the wick-dipping moon and drunk as a new-dropped calf, I whistled all night in the twisted flues. Midwives grew in the midnight ditches, and the sizzling beds of the town cried, quick! Whenever I dove in a breast-high shoal, wherever I ramped in the clover quilts, whatsoever I did in the cold black night, I left my quivering prints. When I was a man you could call a man, and the black cross of the holy house, sighed the old ramrod, dying of welcome. Brandy and ripe in my bright-faced prime, no springtail Tom in the red-hot town, with every simmering woman his mouse, but a hillocky bull in the swelter of summer, come in his great good time to the sultry biding herds. I said, oh, time enough when the blood creeps cold, and I lie down but to sleep in bed, for my sulking, skulking, coal-black soul. When I was a half of the man I was, and served me right as the preachers warn, sighed the old ramrod, dying of downfall. No flailing calf or cat in a flame, or hickory bull in milky grass, but a black sheep with a crumpled horn. At last the soul from its foul mouse hole slunk pouting out when the limp time came. And I gave my soul a blind slashed eye, gristle and rind and a roarer's life, and I shoved it into the coal-black sky to find a woman's soul for a wife. Now I am a man no more, and a black reward for a roaring life, sighed the old ramrod, dying of strangers. Tidy and cursed in my dove-cooled room, I lie down thin and hear the good bells jaw. Oh, my soul found a Sunday wife in the coal-black sky, and she bore angels. Around me, out of her womb, chastity prays for me, piety sings, Innocence sweetens my last black breath. Modesty hides my thighs in her wings, and all the deadly virtues plague my death.
The dog trots freely in the street and sees reality, and the things he sees are bigger than himself, and the things he sees are his reality. Drunks in doorways, moons on trees. The dog trots freely through the street, and the things he sees are smaller than himself. Fish on newsprint, ants in holes, chickens in Chinatown windows, their heads a block away. The dog trots freely in the street, and the things he smells something like himself. The dog trots freely in the street past puddles and babies, cats and cigars, pool rooms and policemen. He doesn't hate cops, he merely has no use for them. And he goes past them, past the dead cows hung up whole in front of the San Francisco meat market. He would rather eat a tender cow than a tough policeman, though either might do. He goes past the Romeo Ravioli factory, and past Court's Tower, and past Congressman Doyle. He's afraid of Court's Tower, but he's not afraid of Congressman Doyle, although what he hears is very discouraging, very depressing, very absurd. To a sad young dog like himself, to a serious dog like himself. But he has his own free world to live in, his own fleas to eat. He will not be muzzled. Congressman Doyle is just another fire hydrant to him. The dog trots freely in the street and has his own dog's life to live and to think about and to reflect upon, touching and tasting and testing everything, investigating everything without benefit of perjury. A real realist with a real tale to tell, and a real tale to tell it with. A real live, barking, democratic dog engaged in real free enterprise, with something to say about ontology, something to say about reality, and how to see it, and how to hear it, with his head cocked sideways at street corners as if he is just about to have his picture taken for Victor Records. Listening for his master's voice, and looking like a living question mark into the great gramophone of puzzling existence, with its wondrous hollow horn, which always seems just about to spout forth some victorious answer to everything.
This young tree, whose round and firm trunk between the wet pavement and the gutter, where water is trickling, rises bodily into the air with one undulant thrust half its height, and then dividing and waning, sending out young branches on all sides hung with cocoons, it thins till nothing is left of it but two eccentric knotted little twigs bending forward horn-like at the top.
When I get to be a composer, I'm going to write me some music. Yee! I'm going to write me some music. Well, when I get to be a composer, I'm going to write me some music about daybreak in Alabama. And I'm going to put the prettiest songs in it, rising out of the ground like a swamp mist, and falling out of heaven like soft dew. I'm going to put some tall, tall trees in it, and the scent of fine needles, and the smell of red clay after rain. Ooh. And long rednecks, poppy-colored faces, big brown arms, and the field of daisy eyes of black and white, black people. When I get to be a composer, I'm gonna write Daybreak in Alabama, and some tall, tall trees, and the scent of pine needles, and long rednecks, poppy-colored faces, big brown arms, and the field of daisy eyes of black and white, black people. I'm going to put white hands and black hands and brown and yellow hands and red clay earth hands in it, in my music, touching everybody with kind fingers and touching each other natural as dew. In that dawn of music, when I get to be a composer and write about daybreak in Alabama. Suns are setting, this is what I'm gonna sing. Suns are setting, this is what I'm gonna sing. I feels the blues are coming, I wonder what the blues will bring. Sun's a rising, this is gonna be my song. I could be blue, but I've been blue all night long. This is gonna be my song, yeah. Loading blues, blooded.
I've been blue all night long. This is gonna be my song. Sun's a rising. Melodies that I may wrap them in a blue cloud cloth, away from the too rough fingers of the world. Too rough, too rough, too rough fingers of the world. wrap them in a blue, 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 blue cloud cloth. Away, 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 away,
Rockin' bug-eyed billboards waft. No more bridge than Adam's off-ox. Pouring over it 16 2/3 mph sodium. Vapor light. Yellow light. Love you. Got you on like a coat of paint, steamy girded tie. Love you. Cutting out blues, Tlaxcola left me like stone on the F train. Whole week's load ready for that long stretch ahead. Prisoner's jail. Shabam. Train chained to this train boring through diamonds. Squall. Love. Barreling up balcony street, leaning from ladders, same angle of lean, different cars. Route of the Phoebe Snow. Love you. Blue black baby, 16-foot gold Buddha in your arms, taking you with me straight up Shattuck Avenue. Hay burning train, bull chariot with bliss bestowing hands. Love you. And I'm the laughing man with the load of goodies for all. Bridge still stands. Bulls may safely graze. Bee birds in the frangipani clock. Love you.